Coming up in today's video, we have some aqua nails. We're doing aqua nails. We're doing lots of individually picking tiny bits out of things. We've got some gorgeous cat eyes, and we've got some messy baby oil application and some very satisfying top coat porn. Let's get into it. Hello gang, hello friends, hello gang friends. Don't do these nails if you're PMTing, okay? Remember the Summer Rush collection, the latest collection from Madame Glam, which we swatched last week? We're going to be using these today. Don't forget you can get 30%, a whopping 30% off using the link in the description and the code MISSJO30. We're going to be using some super long full cover tips for these because we want to get as much shit in there as possible. I'm going to use the backing of some form paper to do these. I'm just marking out, I'll do this on all of them, where my fingertip ends so we know where to stop. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the sentence. We know where to stop. So I'm going to use the McCart rhinestone glue. I've sped this bit up because it was very near the end, but I was determined to get as much out of it as possible. And then we're going to spread it wider than our tip, not crazy wide, don't be wasteful, but wider and longer, but again not much longer, but just longer. And then we will plonk our tip on to this, using that line as a guide as to where to put it up to. Yeah, good. And then we will flash cure it, and let's stop fiddling around with it, woman. We're going to flash cure it, and then once it's sort of stuck enough, we can put it into the big lamp for a full cure. I'm going to do that on all of them, so then we can peel it off here, and then we've got a nice smooth back side, nice smooth bottom, and I'm going to trim off the sides. Sometimes you can peel them off. I think I do it in one, but I'll show you later what I mean. But we're going to trim these off with our blunt scissors. Oh, I need to do the foil thing that a few of you said, don't I? I haven't done it yet. And then we can gently file the sides. I think is that sped up a tiny bit? I'm not sure, but very gently, because you don't want to file the join, because obviously we don't want this thing to leak. So I'm just filing off that bit, and then we're going to, I can't remember, I don't know. Oh, okay, so this is peeling one off. See, I'm pushing the gel, that end bit doesn't work, don't know why I tried, towards the curve of the nail. You don't want to peel it back. You want to peel it towards the top of the nail, because otherwise you'll peel it back and you might peel it all off or create a little gap. And we're going to take some of these Fimo pieces. I found these and these. I was looking for the first bag, found the second and third, and was sure I had the first bag, and it was fallen behind something. So in my head, which is something I always do, is I get wrong the size of things compared to the size of nails. So I thought I'll go through these. I knew I wasn't going to put all of the things I'm picking out in each nail because there's loads, but I was just picking out different colours for the different colour nails we're going to do. And then once I got to putting them in, I was like, okay, we're only going to fit like two or three things in tops. So this was quite a waste of time, really, but quite an enjoyable waste of time. It was only about 5 minutes. But I just kept picking more out, thinking, yes, we'll just chuck it all in. But in reality, don't be ridiculous. You need like 2 or 3 tops. So I had fun. And we're going to take some glitters. Do I use all of them? I can't remember. I don't use that big green one, I don't think. I don't use that pot of orange. I used a few of these. Okay, wait, let me tell you. So I've made a little plug, forgot to film. It was one of those days. Made a little plug shape. So you want to try and match it to the shape of the back of this nail, which you can do by getting another nail and holding it cuticle end to the form paper and just using it as a guide to shape your plug. And then we're going to take the rhinestone glue again, put it on the underside, on the back, on the front, on the behind bit, and put our plug in there, and then flash cure it. Oh no, what are we doing? Oh, I'm just using this brush that doesn't have any product on it, just wiping some away so we didn't have this big like overspill bit, you know. I'm praying to God that my mic isn't going all funny again today, because I know I said I'll look into it, and I haven't. I've just been testing where I sit and how I speak, to see if it's not as fuzzy. So we're going to cure that, and then we're going to individually pick out some purple pieces, purpley pink pieces from this pot of glitter. They're iridescent, or like see-through. So I thought they'd look quite good in the aqua. Right, we're going to pick up this pot of beads and we're going to tell it to stay the fuck still. You bastard. So that happened. I was PMTing when filming this, which is TMI. Look at me with all the letters. Which is TMI. I apologise, and I think like 98% of us are women, so you know, you get it. And I think all the mess as well, the amount of shit all over my desk. Good shit, but shit all the same. And I was getting a bit stressy. Nothing was going right. One of those clumsy days, you know, where you walk into every door handle and by the end of the day, your arms are like black and blue from bruises. If there's something to trip over, you'll trip over it. If there's something to spill, you'll spill it. So it was one of those days and I was getting a bit pissed off. I'm not going to lie. So we've cured our plug and then we're just filing the overhangy bit. On one of the other nails, I plugged the other in first, or in some of them, I can't remember. And because I always thought it'd be easier to have a bigger hole to put things in. Just stop it, don't be like that. So I'll show you that in a bit. We're going to take some baby oil, and my syringe broke. So we're going to use this tray, which means it's going to go in the nail, but it's also going to pull all around the blue tack, and we're just going to get in a right bloody mess. I'm going to pour in some caviar beads as well. Don't fill it up yet. I'm just putting a little bit at the bottom. Yeah, I need to buy a new syringe. I was using it for something. What was I using it for? Oh yeah, I was trying to make a hole in a pop socket, one of the Tide Pool pop sockets, because it had dried up. So I thought, oh no, that was something else. That was my nail little thingy, the piercer. I broke that. I don't know how I broke it, but it was once one of those things where you think, I know I'm about to break this, but you just kind of cross your fingers and hope that the inevitable is not going to happen, and then it does. So I broke my syringe. Now we're going to painstakingly add these tiny little bits of stuff and poke them in. I'm going to use, oh no, not yet. Oh yeah, no, not yet. It's a long video, so I can't really remember everything. We're going to plonk some little grape fimos in and a heart. I think just like 3 of the things from my massive heap of purple stuff. There isn't a massive heap there now because this was my second go at this nail. Again, just one of those days. Nothing was going to plan. So once we've put some oil in at the bottom, then put your bits of stuff in, then add more oil, give a little flick, and then fill it up to the top. And I'm using a Madame Glam prep tool, which I absolutely love. This prep tool is amazing. One with a little hole on the end, so good. To push everything down, and then I'm going to plug this with more rhinestone glue, just like this. I used to make caps for them, like we did for I used to make plugs for them, but everyone's doing this, so I thought I'd give it a try. I don't know, I didn't feel very comfortable doing that, but it worked. but the air bubble's too big, I think. Because I watched a video the other day, well, a short, and it said leave an air bubble, and I thought, really? But okay, I'll take your word for it. Left an air bubble. It was too big, so the things weren't moving around very well. I'm going to wipe the nail. Shall I stop talking for a second? Okay. Should we take a breath together? A nice calming breath. Hold. And exhale. Okay. We wiped all the baby oil off the nail, and then I'm using this Berry Bliss, was it? From this collection. Oh, look at it. Look at the glow. Look at... Ah. So good. So we'll cure that, will we? No, we're going to turn it round. Oh, just to look at it. I know it looks nice with the background clear, but I really want to... I haven't done something where I colour the background on an aqua nail, I don't think. So, and I wanted to use these Cateyes. So we've cured that, but now we need to top coat it, because obviously it's got the tacky layer. So get that top coat on, and then I'm going to buff the whole thing because these are shiny. So when I top it, it's not really got anything to stick to. So we're going to give it all a buff. That, and also it will be really satisfying to top later. So things are kind of moving at a glacial speed, but moving nonetheless. And then we're going to sort of whiz through the next ones because it's all very similar. Well, it's all exactly the same. But these orange bits, I should have, and I do it for the lemon and the lime, cut them in half into little segments, you know, and they would move around better, but I didn't think of it at this point. This one here, I've plugged the tip first, and then I'm going to plug the top later. I think it's easier to put things in this way, for sure. But it's probably this plug, this end of the plug is more fiddly to do than the tip end. So do you really want to do the fiddlier bit when it's full of oil, or would you rather do the fiddly bit when there's no oil pouring out everywhere? That's your call. And if you did do it this way though, instead of plugging the tip with the rhinestone glue or whatever thing you want to use, you could do another bit of gel on the back of the form paper and stand the nail up on it, but then you'd have to trim all around it, wouldn't you? And then file. Yeah, no, just do what I've done here. If you want, do what you want. What do I know? Okay, so we've made this plug. We've had to cut it to size a bit. If there is a little gap, because you're not going to get a perfect fit, although that is possible if you use, put one of the tips, cuticle side up, cuticle side down, onto the form paper and get your shape, gel in that shape, and then move the tip and cure. But there will be a gap probably, so give it a flash cure, and then we can fill in any gaps with the gel that we've been using. Oh Lord, okay, that's it, I'm done. What should we talk about? This colour, can't remember what it's called, wasn't looking at the screen, was rubbing my eyes, my sleepy eyes, because it's only 1:37. I've got at least another 5 hours, 4 hours till I go to sleep. But that orange, oh, remember the leotard I was talking about? It was that orange, just super bright. So we can magneticize, bring out the zhuzh, and cure. And then we're just going to whiz through the next lot. So while we're doing that, I'll ask you all how you are. How are you? Are you all okay? Are you well? I hope you're well. I have been reading all your comments. I've had a crappy, well, not crappy, but I had a panic attack on Sunday, literally as the men's final started. Naturally, I was really pissed off because I wait 365 days for that event. But it got, I tried to, you know, stick it out. I was downstairs and had the doors open because it was nice and sunny. And then just thought, no, I can't do this. So I came up to my room and managed to sleep, fell asleep, missed the first 2 sets, which is the most annoyed about something I've been in a long time. But I watched the rest of it. But then I just have a bit of a hangover of anxiety, you know, it kind of, yeah, you have a hangover for a few days because your body and your brain's like, oh yeah, when I feel normal, I'm like, I can handle them, I know what to do. And then when they happen, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot how horrifying they are. You just kind of, it lingers for a bit. Nails, let's talk about nails. But I hope you're okay, is where I'm going with that. This, what was that called? That was called, fudge. But it's amazing, this pink. I mean, if you've been with me for a while or even just recently, I have discovered that it turns out I am a pinky girl. Wouldn't wear it. Don't own a lot of pink stuff. But I do love a good pink. I'm just trying to find the name of it. You saw it. I didn't. Sugar Rush. That's it. Or was it Party Poppy? Oh no, that's not Cateye. Sugar Rush. Oh my word. I think that's the best one in this collection. The pink. Look at the pink. You can see it behind my hand. Look at that. So pretty with straubs. Love it. We're going to finish up with the yellow one now. I knew this was going to be one of those videos where I did the same thing over and over. Dropped a bloody Fimo bit in there. You can't press down to get it because you're just pushing into the glitter. It was just, I was so stressy. But not angry, but just like, everything was just sod's law. Nothing was going to plan. I think here I realised, cut it in half. Genius. You know, when you have those little moments where the most obvious thing has evaded you, and then it crops up, and you feel like the cleverest, the most clever person in the world for cutting a piece of Fimo in half. Pop those in. I think this lemon one might be my favourite, or the straubs, but I kind of cocked things up a bit later. I'll show you the error in my ways in a bit, but we'll just get through this same old. Oh my goodness, I have to tell you something, and you've probably all seen it several years ago or a few years ago, but I watched a series. I did the whole 3 seasons. There was only 3 seasons. I did it in a few days, but I'd never seen it because I thought it was about football, and I'm talking about football, you know, where you kick a ball with your foot. And I don't like football, so I didn't watch it. But then my mum said to me the other day, she was like, have you seen Ted Lasso? I said, no, I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it. I don't think it appeals. Even though I like the main guy, I was like, I don't know if it appeals. She was like, we watched it last night. You've got to watch it. Okay, so I watched it and I just binged and watched the whole thing. This isn't from that collection. This is from a different collection, this yellow one. I watched the whole thing in 3 days. Oh my word. How have I not watched it until now? Because I thought it was about mostly football. It was so good. It was just one of those shows that was just perfect, you know, like Schitt's Creek. Just so good and perfect and lovely. My favourite character is Roy Kent. Fucking Roy Kent. I just thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I'm sure you've all already seen it, and I'm just so late to the party. But I had to share with people that I'm now a Ted Lasso fan. I'm one of everybody else now. It's so good. I finished the last episode last night, and I think I might just start watching it again in a minute. But there's a new season coming out, isn't there? I'm so excited. Apparently they're going to be it's going to be a girls thing, and I'm assuming that it'll be one of the girls in it will be the girl that he would see out and about all the time. What was her name? I think it began with an S. Anyway, but I liked that it was in Richmond as well, because I recognise it because it's near where I used to live. And my brother, who lives near there, he said there's people there taking pictures at all the places. But I think I've probably been to most of them. So that was quite nice to see as well. Sorry, should we talk about nails if we have to? No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I love nails. I'm quite into this nail stuff, this nail malarkey. This green, super into my greens at the moment. This is Wish Glow. I think I used this. Did I? No, I didn't, because it's new. It didn't exist then. But this is lovely. I've already got. Oh right, here we go. This was the state of my desk. Doesn't look that bad, but it was. This was after a little bit of a clean up. There was just glitter everywhere and caviar beads everywhere and fudging oil everywhere. It was like a party, which I know nothing about apart from headlines, but sound pretty damn horrendous. So I just thought we'd have a little tidying up montage. Not a montage, it's just one scene sped up, because I thought it was quite satisfying to watch it go from super messy to clean and tidy. And I had to do this before moving on to the next step, because yeah, it's too stressy otherwise. Tidy as you go and you won't go insane. Every time I do an aqua nail, I'm like, no, I'm going to do it neat and organised this time. I'm not going to get in a mess. Never happens. Always get in a mess. I think that might be partly because I didn't have a syringe. I shall buy one. What were we talking about? Nails? Right, ready for the next step. So we've got all our watery bits done, aqua nails. We're no longer stressing because everywhere's tidy. It's still a bit stressing because, you know, that's just the luck that we get, don't we? We get to be pissed off for a few days every single month for no reason. It's just one of the joys of being a woman. Right, ignore the fact that already had a colour on it, and ignore the fact that it's got dark green lights on it. I changed my mind, or I realised I did something wrong. So I mixed the creme green from the collection with some white. I think I used Loyal, and did the background colour just over the nail bed and cured that. And then we're going to use the Cateye again to do the outsides of our. This is going to be a big old lime. Oh, I should have done a massive avocado. What was it? Zava? What was his name? Zavocado? Something like that. Yeah, but I did it wrong first. So just ignore the stuff that was already there. I'm losing my voice. And now we're taking white gel paint. Just, I think, one of the best products ever. It's just so good. I love their gel paint. And this is the, beg your pardon, this is the Ultra Liner brush. My go-to brush for pretty much everything. There are something, they've got lots of brushes. I think I've got all their brushes. But this tends to be the one I just pick up for most things. We're going to outline where the Cateye bits are, and then do a cross, and then we'll do an X. Just going to make segments. Don't try and make it sound fancy. We're just going to do some lines. And I don't think I've ever done fruit nails like this. Obviously, people have been doing these sorts of nails every summer for, I was going to say millennia, that's an exaggeration, for a long time. But I don't think I've ever done them. And doing this bit here, so now we're going to curve out between the outside white line and the straight lines. Like when you do the butterfly wings, you know how you curve off, you round the edges. So we're going to round all the edges. And this was really fun to do, this bit. even though I was generally stressing, it was still fun because it's not difficult. It's not like a, oh, wipe off, try again, wipe off, try again. But it's a tiny bit fiddly, but not that fiddly. You know, easy, but you have to just fiddle a little bit. I like that. I'm very happy sat at my desk, painting, fiddling with gel, but it's not difficult. I just like things easy, you know. I just like an easy life. No drama, no stress. I don't like drama in my life. Don't mind hearing about other people's dramas, but don't want any of my own. Don't want to be involved in any, thank you. Okay, so we've done all of those bits around the edges, nearly. And then we can, oh no, we're going to add some little white streaks from the center. I think I was starting with 3 and then switch to maybe 2 because you don't want to cover up too much of the green underneath. And that will be just the little streaky bits. Well, they're not streaky, are they? It's just where the fruit is not shriveled, but you know, yeah. And then we will give that a full cure. What you all doing? I mean, obviously you're watching this video right now, but like what you're doing in general. What are you up to? Tell me everything. Okay, we're going to full cure that. And then, ready? Oh my God. That was so satisfying to do. And there's 4 more to do. Oh, it's so good. That's got to be probably the best thing in the nail world in general. Top coating something that's been buffed and then revealing sparkly goodness. Ugh. We're going to take the same rhinestone glue from a cart where you can get money off from a cart. All the details are in the description. Loads of codes for loads of places. Why wasn't I using the Madame Glam art gel? Because since that's come out, that's been my go-to. I don't know. I think it must have just been muscle memory that I picked this up, because I had this before the art gel existed, when it was just a twinkle in Madame Glam's eye. I wonder if there's a woman who is Madame Glam. Highly unlikely, but I quite like the idea of that. Or whoever's the manager should be Madame Glam. You know, and if they leave, the next manager becomes Madame Glam. I think you should implement that over there if you're watching. Right, we've done all our little humpy bits. I flash cured each one as I went. And then we're adding a bit in the middle and a tiny little rhinestone that looks very yellow on camera, but is in fact very lime green. So there's our lime. And the bits do move, but just not for camera, because, you know, that was the kind of day I was having. You need to I need to work on a consistency, maybe mixing baby oil with some other liquid. Don't know what. Would isopropyl alcohol work? No, it might not corrode, but like take off some of the colour of caviar beads or something. Okay, it's 3:23 in the morning, so I'm going to bed. Good night. And now we're back. It's the next day. Oh, you know what I've just realised? Okay, we're mixing these two together and we're going to do the nail bed area. I've just realised that this, and this as well, is edit 1, not edit 2. So the last 29 minutes should have been about 20 minutes. So there's 9 minutes of things I could have cut to make this repetition less repetitive, less repetition-y. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not going back and starting again. We're too far gone. We're in too deep. And that's just the first clip, or the first filming of that day. I don't know whether this is edit 1 or 2 of this bit, but we'll just keep on going. We'll just power through. I'm sorry to keep you so long. But thank you if you're still here. Look at this orange cat eye. Oh, love it. So I think we are whizzing through this bit. because this one and the lemon one are the same as the lime one. And then we mix things up a bit because we tried a few things. They didn't look very good. So we tried some other things and they still don't look very good. But at this point, I was just happy to have used these lovely colours and cat eyes, that the result was somewhat irrelevant. So there you go. So look, another toppy top. So good, shiny top. Of course. Remember? Do you remember? I remember. Topping it, and then I think we'll skip the blibbity blobbity bits. Oh, no, we'll do maybe one or two. Sometimes it's nice to see things twice, but any more than that, it's a bit excessive, isn't it? A little orange crystal in the middle. I don't know if people put things in the middle. I should have looked at some pictures. But I did. So there you go. The orange is, the one at the top's a bit stuck. He does move later. He does get on the move later, but he just wasn't, he was quite cozy at the top there. So that's the orange. Then we're going to use Party Pop. Oh, I've mixed Party Poppy and white. And I'm going to show you something that I don't end up doing. So I did the whole nail bed area in that colour. Then I added just Party Popper without any white around the edges. Faded it in with an ombre brush. And then did the same with some white in the middle. I am curing as I go. And then did a little bit of the pink in the middle and then added some little streaky bits. And I thought it was going well. Realised I'd forgotten to put Cateye on, so faded some of that in. And then it came to the bits for the 3D-ingness. And that's where everything just went to shit. Look at the state of it. Don't leave it on the screen long, get rid of it. It's awful. So I clipped it off, filed it down, and now we're just going to do the whole nail bed area with this, I've forgotten the name already. Again, summer, no. I'm cheating, I'm getting it up on the website, hang on. Burst, Sugar Rush, Summer Burst, Sugar Rush. I was close-ish in the grand scheme of the size of the observable universe. And then we brought out the zhuzh, and we're taking this electric yellow gel paint. Oh, how nice does the yellow look on the pink? I love that. They had to be super bright because the pink being Cateye and just being what it is, we needed something with a bit of oomph to stand out on top. So we're just going to make little seeds, which I forgot. I just didn't seem to know how to do, even though I've done 2 videos and a total of, I think, 10 strawberry nail designs recently. Just couldn't for the life of me remember how to do the seeds. But we just did little dots and then pulled them into a point and cured and topped. And then just went for the old faithful of doing lines, diagonal lines between the seeds. I wish I'd have come up with a better way for the cut in half strawberry. But how's this, right? When I was clipping off, or attempting to clip off the god-awfulness that we just saw, this gel is so strong that my cuticle nippers broke. I was trying to squeeze a bit off. I heard this big ping and something landed somewhere in the room, and then looked at my cuticle nippers and one end was gone. Just gone. Straubs again, moving at a snail's pace, but moving. So I haven't found, I looked for this very sharp bit of metal that is somewhere in my room, and it's a big room, and I couldn't find it, which is weird because it's got a cream carpet, so it should have stood out, but it didn't. And I think we all know the only way to find it would be to walk around the room with bare feet. So that was a couple of days ago, or a few days ago, and I've yet to do that. because I might lose a toe, and I hear they're quite handy to have. So this yellow one, the background, no, wait, oh yes, the yellow, we used, what yellow was that? Was that in the collection? No, it's not from the collection, but I would have shown you on screen. I can't remember what it's called. We used that mixed with white for the background of our lemony bits. Then we have some top coat pawn, and then this one's just poof, done. We don't want to see that again. So, I mean, we want to see the colours again. We want to see nails. We don't want to see me doing the same thing again. And our lemon slices. Oh, there's one. There's one. Hello. I love that one. It just looks like lemonade, doesn't it? Although rather yellow for lemonade. Our lemonade's clear. Unless you get cloudy lemonade. Love a cloudy lemonade. Like a cloudy apple juice. Yeah, right, this one, wait till you see this, it's so bizarre. So I brought out the zhuzh, amazing, love it. I love the, where we've matted, or where we've buffed, sorry, the nail. I think the Cateye looks really nice like that, so it looked really nice with a matte top coat. And then we're taking some of this 3D sculpty, mouldy, modelling, clay, gel, whatever you want to call it. I think we need a universal name for this stuff, but every brand calls it something else. We're going to chop it into little pieces and make what we think are teeny tiny little balls. Once we put them on the nail, they're just massive balls, just a big old pair of balls. We're making a bunch of them. Do you say bollocks where you are? It is a swear word. It's not, you know, you wouldn't hear it on daytime TV. You wouldn't want your kids saying it. And if your kids are watching and you're going to get annoyed about it, well, you know, you should be monitoring them. So, yeah, we've had a few of those comments before, haven't we? My daughter was watching this and she heard you swear. All right. She said something like she's only 8. I said, well, you need to be 12 to use YouTube, so that's your fault. Anyway, getting into arguments with non-existent arguments in my head. Do you ever do that? Run with scenarios through your head that will never happen, but you're prepared if they do. So we plonked all the balls on, and then I've made this leaf, forgot to press record. I just squeezed the ends. I flattened a ball, squeezed the ends, and just put a little line through the middle. Nothing fancy pants, just a squeeze. And I'm going to plonk that on there. I feel as though these are the grapes. Did you know they were grapes? They're grapes. Or is it like a big blueberry or a blackberry? Which one is purple? You'd think it would be the purple brie. But yeah, maybe it's one of those. Maybe I should have done them. Maybe I should have done the background creme, the nail bed area, and then somehow made the balls Cateye, each one of them. How would I do that? Would I mix the Cateye with that gel stuff, but then it'd be all sticky, and would the Cateye work? Or would I paint over this, but then it would be all the dips would get filled in? I don't know. But the idea in my head didn't quite look like this, but it will do. So we're going to top it, because even though that stuff is it's sort of tack free once it's cured, it's still not as shiny as if it had top coat on. So we're going to top everywhere, and we top just the bottom of this, the aqua bit, before putting the balls on, because we want the balls to still have a tacky background. So now we topped around that as well. And there is our berries. I don't know what kind of berries they are. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. No, they're definitely red. Grapes. I'm going to go for purple grapes. I love a grape. I haven't had a grape in ages. So that's that one. Oh, there's a little heart in there as well. 3 things, not the 74 things I had planned to be inside it. And that is that one. And this is all of them. Oh, wait, guess what? thank you to whoever told me, because I had absolutely no idea. These cat eyes are bloody glow in the dark. So the yellow one is from a different collection. So we'll give them a little wiggle. So I'll give them a shake. And then we will have a look at them in the dark. It's amazing. And look at the back of these. Oh, those cat eyes. Such good summer cat eyes, aren't they? And that yellow one, again, is not from that collection. But look at this. Look at this. So one of you told me they glow in the dark. Thank you for telling me that. And so here they are. You ready? Can you even? My camera goes blurry the second I try and film something glow in the dark. Look how blurry it's gone. So I'm going to attach a picture because the picture was much clearer. That's how they look. This picture is not edited. I've not turned the brightness up. I've done nothing to it. That is just a picture of them in the dark. So brightly glowing. And then I blue tacked them to my fingers because I thought it would be fun. And I feel like Edward Scissorhands. Would you wear nails this long? Do you wear nails? How long are your nails? I've never asked this before. I'd love to know how long you guys have your nails. I used to wear long nails, not this long, but long. Maybe half the length of those. But it's been a year and a half. A year and 7 months now, I guess. I've painted my nails a couple of times, took them off within 24 hours. Thank you, anxiety. That's why I've had naked nails for so long. But let me know what's going on your nails. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, let me know. Leave a fruit emoji in the comments if you're still here. And hand, because sometimes hand. So that's this set. I hope you like them. Like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you being here so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm back in the end bit again. Why have I stopped being able to time this very well? I've just clearly got too much to say. Most of it's garbaggio. Okay, love you, bye.